Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. So today we are presenting our presentation under the topic. We have chosen the topic about post-bureaucracy. How post-bureaucracy impacts or affects the motivation in the workplace. So under that, we have chosen the company Amazon. When we think about the richest company in the world and the most profit-making companies in the world, then what comes in our mind? Like some few oil generating companies, Apple, Google, but though that deliberately the company which give average or high salaries to the employees over there is just a few small software making company like Amazon, and Amazon is doing very great within its performance, and also within its performance within the organization, also within among all other companies. Why Amazon is so much unique and impressive is how the company is run. So Amazon is it's a post-bureaucratic organization which emphasizes more to their customers, and to within the organizational culture, and also it can be taken as a fascinating example of ambidextrous organization. What is ambidextrous organization is that it not only work for the current it not only work for the current situation, but it also creates that organizational space for the future benefits, for future business. And also it is more innovative. And it also avoids to take one size fits all culture decision making, which helps employees to work more freedomly and to create their own innovations, and which eradicates or make less hierarchy pressure among the employees. And it also helps to think big within the organization or employees. And what main focus is that there is no any audit, there is no any policies as standard. The main policies within the organization is to use your sense of humor and your freedom and flexibility to create something new, innovative, so that it could give good result to the organization as well as to the customer. So now the slides. So how we approach our objectives? We made a team and we discussed and we choose the topic, and we did researches. We decided to we create the group, and we decided there which topic to choose, and we discuss with each other, and then at last we approaches to the topic. So now I like to call Virat for the further presentation to talk under the Amazon's structure organization structure.
Hello, good morning everyone. Today I'm here to talk about the organizational structure of Amazon. First of all, the organization can be classified as hierarchical structure. This structure emerged due to the immense size of the business. The management team has 2 CEOs, 3 senior vice presidents, and a worldwide controller. There are 7 segments reporting directly to the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Amazon provides goods looking at the wants and needs of the general public. When a company is obsessed over customer needs, inventing and creating products to meet those needs and constantly raising the bar to make those products better, it will always lead to results that are passed on to the consumers. Such successful results examples are Amazon Prime, Amazon Eco, and Amazon Web Services. The vision of Amazon is also that the vision of Amazon is to be the world's most customer-centric company. Amazon is an innovative company. It encourages experimentation and they accept failures in the process. It also believes that experiment leads to innovation. Failure is accepted because without failure, success is not obtained. And lastly, I would like to talk about the advantages of post-bureaucracy. First of all, it gives opportunity to express yourself. If the product is good and if it's beneficial for the customers, the employee can directly talk to the manager and express their ideas. Secondly, we have democracy. They accept failure in the process of experiment. Thirdly, it increases creativity, innovation, and productivity since it follows the leadership style of theory Y. Lastly, it intrinsically motivates workforce. Now I would like to call Kushal for the presentation.
Hello everyone. Now I'm going to talk about the problems that most of the post-bureaucratic organizations like Amazon face. And post-bureaucratic organizations are threatening places that brings an end to meritocratic application of performance and promotion criteria and with accountability accompanying empowerment. In case of Amazon, what employees are expected to do is they are expected to work for long hours and they are often found to be doing so. If you are an employee at Amazon, you need to work long, hard and in a smart way. You cannot only choose 2 out of the 3. And since employees are ranked and those with higher rankings excel at the top, but employees with low rankings are fired from the company at annual elimination, and this is what we call purposeful Darwinism. The next problem is, can an employee at Amazon trust another employee? Since they are ranked, they need to be competitive to stay at Amazon, and the widget called Anytime Feedback Tool allows the employees to send praise or complaints regarding their co-workers, and in such case scheming occurs. 2 or 3 employees may gather together to fire out another employee, and this results the company in losing one of the best productive and innovative employees of the company. And what post-bureaucracy assumes is employees are provided with more freedom, and post-bureaucratic organizations are more flexible than bureaucratic organizations. But to what extent is Amazon really providing freedom to their employees? There is velvet glove of control at Amazon, and the management is really insensitive. Insensitive in the sense that employees that are going through different trauma like miscarriages and suffering from cancer or other such problems said that they were never even ever given enough time to recover and were fired instantly. And one example that I would like to present is a mother of a stillborn child who worked at Amazon said that her manager said her work would be supervised and surveillanced. Therefore, feeling suffocated, she quit the job, and we can raise the question that does post-bureaucratic organization really provide freedom to its employees, like it says? The last one I want to talk about is increased stress and work intensification. Under this, I want to talk about life balance, favoring criticism over harmony, and lack of praise. And from what we have found is Amazon disregards the work-life balance of an employee. Whether it is an Easter Sunday or a Thanksgiving, an employee may be called to the office for conference calls, or even if they are on vacation, managers may call them complaining about the poor internet connection. And our employee who work at Amazon said that our fiancé would come at 10 o'clock at night to pick her up from the Amazon campus because she worked so late that her work was not too much flexible. She had very much stress. And second one is favoring criticism over harmony. Jeff Bezos has a very unique management style. What he believes is harmony at the workplace is overvalued and it reduces honest criticism. Therefore, employees at Amazon are encouraged to criticize first of all and then only commit to certain ideas. And the last one is lack of praise. An employee who worked for 8 years at Amazon said that he only heard one thing over the years at Amazon campus. It was that only high achievers work at Amazon to feel bad about themselves. It is because no matter how productive you are, how innovative your ideas are, you are never appreciated, and there is the environment where there is no praise given to employee which is motivated. And by saying this, I would like to call it Imita to continue the further presentation.
I'm going to talk about the mainstream perspective of motivation in Amazon. Mainstream perspective includes many theories such as Hawthorne's experiment, McGregor's theory X and Y. I'm going to talk about some theories. Theory Y highlights the way of motivation, where employees are allowed to perform the tasks without direct supervision. It includes self-fulfillment, opportunities to learn, and avoiding being controlled. In Amazon also, Jeff Bezos thinks that this way is very good for motivating the employee. Making employee think like owners creates belonging towards the company and helps to attract and retain motivated employee base. Self-motivation is much of a psychological need. It is intrinsic motivation which comes from self-belief. In Amazon also, making employees think like owners makes them work more effectively. Locke and Latham's goal-setting theory, its core proposition is higher goals leads to higher performance. Smart goals should aim for being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time frame. So place really doesn't hold much importance. In Amazon also, for Jeff Bezos, it is the amount of work done matters more than place of work. In Amazon, tuition fee for employees, whether it be in any other field such as airplane mechanic or nursing, the tuition fees are paid. It is so that the employees get motivated to work in the company for a certain period which can be effective and efficient. Thus, Adam equity theory also states that encouraging others helps increase the motivation. Now I would like to call Promo for the presentation.
Thank you, Imita. Now I would like to talk about the critical perspective of motivation and the working environment inside the Amazon. Critical perspective includes the Marxist and Foucault's perspective, which came as a critique to mainstream perspective theories given by Maslow, McGregor theory X and Y, etc. And according to Marx, his perspective means that people are social animals and capitalist organizations have motivation problems. And then he also wanted to explain that people's interests and needs should be considered, and economic inequalities that exist within the organization and as well as within the society should be addressed. And then he also criticized the mainstream theories, talking about that people are dynamic and the environment in this world is dynamic. It keeps on changing from time to time, and the one motivating factor that works for now might not work tomorrow. And this was the main critique that was given by Marx towards the mainstream theories given by different people. That is, all the motivating factors are not same all the time, as they vary according to time. By far, we have known much about Amazon, as my friends have already talked about it. Now, I would like to draw your attention towards motivation environment inside the Amazon. What's the working culture? What's the working environment is like in Amazon, and the truth behind it. The motivating factors inside the Amazon are taken into are divided into two principles. One principle is like Amazon CEO and top management people believe that they want to make employees think like owners. That's the one principle. And the other principle is that they want to empower employees so that they would be able to avoid bureaucracy to some extent. And when talking about employees, making employees thinking about owners, how does that work? The thing is that Amazon keeps track of the activities of the employees, and it gives them share capital to its equity in the form of shares, so that they would be the part of the organization who would be sharing the profit of the organization. By giving them shares and making them part of the profit sharing, that would enhance them to think like owners. And other factor or the other principle that Amazon believes is that empowering employees to avoid bureaucracy. Amazon has ventured into some sort of dynamic environment, that is the technological environment. It keeps on changing from time to time, so it has to deal with training the employees from time to time, keeping them updated with the latest technologies. For that, it organizes different trainings for its employees, so that they would be known about the technologies, and they would be well educated to understand that they have also some sort of responsibility, and they are a major part of the organization. This would lead to avoid bureaucracy, and this would make them feel like they are not inferior to anyone. They are of the same grade. And then, as my friend Kushal discussed, that there was unsatisfaction of employees regarding the work in the environment, and regarding working in the Amazon. It was also covered in the New York Times in 2015, I think, and in that news became as the critique to the working environment as Amazon, and it said that working environment in Amazon is negative, it's not good. But Jeff Bezos, the CEO, responded to that, saying that there is no such working culture, no such environment in Amazon. It's truly favorable regarding the employees' satisfaction and employees' motivation. Now, talking about it, I would like to call Mingmai to conclude the presentation.
So our friends talk about the structural, Amazon structure, organizing structure, problems and motivations and theories. So what I want to conclude is that post-bureaucracy was found as an alternative of bureaucracy to adopt the external changes of the environment and to lessen the pressure of hierarchical rules that is within the organization. But within that also we have some critical analysis within the post-bureaucracy also. Though it reduces the alienation and intrinsically motivation workplace, though it cut the all barriers, but it made more effective to the employees, that they have to even work in the home anytime. They get to get the phone calls, which also impact in their all personal life. So what I want to say is that Amazon as a post-bureaucracy organization has both good and bad sides, including that Amazon has been able to be world 5 richest company within the world. Jeff Bezos has been able to establish the Amazons. For example, I can take one example is that Amazons went to the India street and talked to the 10,000 merchants just to know about the pain gain of selling online. So though there is a different bad impacts within the employees, or after all that Amazon is being able to do good in its business, and also is being able to keep a good